делаю. Ангуаги русские. Субтитры. Фон субтитров. За субтитры. Обычный давай. Где звук?
I made a grave mistake. The kind.
Очень громко сейчас совсем по-быстрому убавлю. Все пропало, окей. Так. Окей. Никакой графики тут, наверное, нет. Ну давай новая игра. Перед тем, как нас забудут, мы обратимся в фарс. Фарс — это то, что отделяет наше существование от забвения. Милан Кундера, если.
Slowly, like the morning sun clambering over the horizon, consciousness came. He opened his eyes.
Опа! Ага.
How pleasant, he thought, to wake to nature's song. But something was not right. The song was out of tune.
Симпатичненько. Кто я, куда я бегу?
As he navigated the narrow
Надо прибавить размер субтитров.
paths, he breathed in the fresh mountain air. It focused his mind. Questions bobbed to the surface, like apples in water. How did I come to be here? He asked himself. No, that's not the right question. Nor is where I'm going. A single terrible realization crystallized in his fogged mind. I don't know who I am. Many stories have been told about poor souls
Надо прибавить громкость чуть-чуть.
who have forgotten the paths they have trodden. But there is more to this tale. That I promise.
Это кто? Козел.
The soft glow of the man's lantern fell on an exotic bird, a hoopoe. The recognition heartened him. Perhaps the bird would lead to further revelations. He followed the hoopoe on instinct. Its beautiful trail fanned the flame.
Лови ее! Ах ты, блин. Это кто? Это что? Вентиляция какая-то? Вот здесь что-то есть. Птичка, стой!
He spotted something glinting among the rocks. Something that called to him.
The story begins, далее, чипочка.
hatchet out of the stone. A simple act with a remarkable outcome. The Revelations realm. There was no way back.
Слушай, красиво.
This mysterious place was. He had
Арт-дизайн
to push
крутой.
on. The weight of the hatchets in his hands brought some comfort as he journeyed deeper.
Ага. Ой,
Help me.
кто сказал это?
Who's there?
Да.
The man called, his voice muffled by the thick, static air. Please, help! Where are you? No answer came. He then felt despair, the kind that only the truly alone know. But he was mistaken. There was another in this ethereal place. The tree was alive, but bound tight by otherworldly rocks and glowing tentacles.
Я себе.
The blades of the man's hatchets were sharp.
Но они не смогли. А смогли. Что здесь? Ага, это дальше.
The man didn't know if the creature were friend or foe, but he felt its pain and fear. It mirrored his own. Was freeing the creature wise? The man did not know.
Мы типа его спасаем, да?
Overrode his rational misgivings.
Ага.
The tree creature freed. The man approached.
А можно мне буквально секундочку? Я забыл кое-что сделать важное. Чтобы мне стрим не лагал. Я сделаю так. Если мне не лагал, не просаживается. Вот так вот. Здесь деревце обняло. Так, здорово.
What happened? The man cried. Where have you taken me?
Calm yourself, human. Did you not want to leave that alien realm?
The tree leaned closer and introduced himself as All Seeds, a pomegranate tree. I don't know who I am, the man said. All Seeds pondered.
Others like me have been afflicted by a sickness. Help them, and I will return the favor.
All Seeds told the man to look for talisman stones, strange rocks protruding from the ground. Destroying the talisman stones would free his kind.
Прикольный народ.
The mighty tree extended a great branch outwards, pointing east.
Unearth the Canot Gate to find the path forward, to find yourself.
Хорошо.
Uncover the Canot Gate to
У меня
the
птичка будет вести к ним, да?
All Seeds.
Ага. Не понял. Понял. Я знал, что здесь что-то есть. Эм,
The man could roll under low objects with ease. As he ran,
на бегу нельзя?
the man mulled Allseed's words. How will rescuing the tree's kin help me recover my memory? He wondered.
Если путешествие расширяет кругозор, моя мудрость уже должна быть безграничной. Я преодолевал горные вершины, продирался сквозь джунгли и пересекал пустыню, но любое путешествие рано или поздно должно завершиться. Возможно, я сяду на горе Бистун и построю там дом. Уместно ли это, в конце концов, мудрость — это понимание того, что мало мы на самом деле знаем.
To be a diary entry engraved into the stone. But to whom it belonged was a mystery.
Я думаю, мы скоро узнаем.
As he trod the winding path, the man thought about everything that had befallen him. He worried about the nature of the sickness that Allseeds had spoken of. How extensive was it? And how would it manifest itself? Little did he know that the answer to the latter question would begin
Ой.
to reveal itself a few steps further.
Опа, ну здорово. Слушай, прикольная игрушка. Давайте. Каждый ром — это дерево исцеленное от болезни. Подожди, а мне добавилось, да?
Trees, the man thought, breathing hard after his encounter. The tree had unfurled its vibrant leaves, embracing all but forgotten sunshine. What were those nasty little creatures? The Are they tainted by this sickness, or harbingers of it?
А здесь уровня сложности нет, да, как такового? Слишком легко они забиваются. Еще одно дерево. Ой, куда это я попал? Все деревья в этой зоне освобождены. Исследуйте местность, чтобы найти скрытые предметы, новые каменные врата.
As the second of Allseed's kin was released, night cast its veil over the land. The inevitability of dusk, the serene quiet of it, brought the man a sense of peace. Allseeds was right. There is a sickness afflicting nature. The talisman stones must be at the heart of it. But where did they come from? Were those swarming creatures defending them? So many questions, so few answers. And still, he didn't know who he was.
Секундочку. Вот. Кстати, меняется. Так меняется. Это Saturated 1, а Saturated 2. Ох, ёбата. Это слишком Saturated. Умник на зеленый меняет. Винтажный неплохой. Ух ты. Вот это интересно. Хм. Art Sharpness. Не. Ай. Слишком нежный какой-то. Steel Orange. Винтаж у нас есть. Я хочу еще добавить. Видишь, немножко. Ну, продолжаем. Ебаш! Stand by nature, да, чипчик. Да. И? Да-да. Эм, чё? Я еблан, потому что, извините. Тогда хорошо. Я сделаю вот так. Так, продолжим. Что делать?
All the seeds was asleep.
Если путешествие расширяет кругозор, моя мудрость уже должна быть безграничной. Это мы все читали.
A huge pomegranate hung from a branch.
Птичка, покажи, куда идти. К дереву обратно. Это что, редька? Yes.
The mountain, Farhad. You must dig.
Big.
Need you here.
Когда изображение мигает, пробивайтесь сквозь тучу.
Farhad. My name is Farhad. But who was that pained woman? And why did she ask what she did?
Теперь вспомнил, меня зовут Фархад. Как много успокоения может принести такая простая вещь, как имя. Но это все, что я помню. Что это за женщина? Почему она хочет, чтобы я пробил толщу горы? Я не знаю.
Does she want amethystine stones? Farhad wondered.
Ага,
Farhad
мы
found
снова здесь.
in the celestial revelations realm once more. The desperate whisper echoed through the strange starscape, calling, beckoning. Farhad.
Yes.
Farhad could hear years of agony in those few words. Help me, Farhad, please.
Я иду деревца, я бегу.
Show yourself. Farhad called into the twinkling black. Where are you? But he was heard. The whisper didn't say.
Слушай, а ты-ка я на геймпаде поиграю. Чё я на клавомышь сижу? Так, работает? О, работает. Як взаимодействует перекат атака? Перекат на А. Окей. Перемещение меню. Активная способность. А,
These statues mean? He wondered. One was of the mysterious woman in his hazy memory. She who pleaded with him to come to her. The other, no doubt, was Farhad himself. Was she the key to his past and his future?
я себе.
As the statue brought down its hatchet, the white liquid flowed. Farhad could only hope that soon his thirst for answers would be quenched.
Так. Бля, дракон? Ой-ой-ой.
The din of the fallen bell shocked Farhad, but the guttural roar of some unseen creature terrified him far more. Something sinister was watching, waiting. But Farhad seemed to have one ally. Although Allseed's motivations were shrouded in mystery, he had come once again.
Слушай, ну неплохо. Очень даже круто.
What do you know of that place? Farhad asked Allseeds. A shiver passed through the tree's branches.
It is the realm of lost memories and forgotten souls.
When I bit the pomegranate, Farhad said, I had a vision. I was engraving Sculpting? Is that what I do? Am I a sculptor? All Seeds pondered.
I cannot say, but memories can be hewn from stone. Consider that. More of my kind are trapped. If you can help them, perhaps I can provide answers.
Farhad turned to leave, but All Seeds held out a gnarled palm.
Be warned, though, human.
The great tree said.
A fearsome monster, a thief, lurks in the Revelations realm. Bistun is its name.
Бистун?
After the mountain on which you now stand. Keep away from it if you wish to live long enough to uncover the truth.
Ага.
Farhad stood back and admired the engraving.
Нет. Идите-ка. Мне обратно сюда?
Despite All Seeds' warning, Farhad felt the seed of hope taking root in his breast. Although the path behind and before him was shrouded in darkness, now there was light enough to see his feet. All Seeds had proven that it could help Farhad regain his memories. And although he didn't yet have all the answers, he had purpose. And what is anyone without purpose?
Подожди, я такой. Я решил исследовать город Бистуна, записал все, что вижу. Возможно, так я смогу привлечь других тягот, с которыми я столкнулся сам. Я высекаю в камни, потому что эти отвратительные мелкие твари разорвали мой дневник. И теперь они крадут и мои скрижали. Возможно, я первый, к кому довелось столкнуться с ними. Нужно как-то их называть. Они мерзкие, как гули. Зовутся гульчи.
A fitting name for the greedy little creatures, Farhad thought.
Давайте. Гульчи повсюду, их становится все больше, в этом я уверен. Мне нужно как-то защитить себя. Для начала нужно наковать, тогда я смогу выковать оружие. Левел?
Farhad's thoughts never wandered far from the lady in his memories, but her face eluded his grasp. Has such deranged laughter ever heralded anything good?
Стой! Ай.
A sculpture caught Farhad's attention. amethystine stones protruded from its broken form.
Подожди, куда же раз? Которые населяют это место, нет ничего естественного, особенно в этих летающих гогочущих тварях. Я назвал их Перри. Вчера коснулся одного из фиолетовых камней, рука сразу же онемела, потяжелела, а после болела еще несколько часов. Нужно быть аккуратнее.
Rod realized that being light on his feet was the key to evading the Perry's projectiles. But what new horrors awaited him?
Ну я же вышел. Хуяк. А теперь можете применить активную способность оружия. Зажмите РБ, когда активная способность становится доступной, ваше оружие начинает светиться. Хорошо.
Farhad felt a new affinity with his hatchets, as though they were a part of him.
Мощно так вашего оружия. Наведите РБ, чтобы использовать. Не забывайте о медленной перезарядке. Да и такая же медленная. Стой, тварь! Так. А что, встал? А, окей.
Once again, night fell, as the last tree was cured of the blight. It was time to return to all seeds.
Где тут был? Это пальцы?
Farhad knew
Правда.
who that huge hand belonged to. Bistun, ancient.
Ой, недавно договорить. Ом-дом-дом. Редька. Это я, Фархад. Куда идешь?
Shirin. Shirin.
Так, и кто это?
Farhad's heart felt ready to burst out of his chest. Shireen, the name of the woman he loved.
Моя принцесса, моя возлюбленная, где ты? Ты страдаешь? Его голос послужит мне маяком, и я найду тебя. Я думаю, это его королева. Даже эта гора не дерзнет преградить мне путь. Ага. Козел бежит справа на кубке.
Silence hung thick in the ethereal air, as if God himself were holding his breath. But God had forsaken this place, and a demonic creature made it its home.
Так, а мы назад?
Something, perhaps the ominous roar, had activated the talisman stones. The hoopoe, Farhad's thankless guide, was
Todo.
trapped. Farhad couldn't help but dwell on Allseed's dire warning.
Beware the Div, Bistun. Value your life.
The poor bird was in grave danger. Farhad found his attention drawn to the floating island pierced by menacing light. He could remember nothing about it, but somehow it seemed familiar.
Так.
Farhad freed the hoopoe, but flap as it might, it struggled to fly. He tried to cradle the bird in his hands, but it evaded his gentle grasp. Perhaps Allseed's embrace would cure the bird of its injuries. If only it could do the same for Farhad.
Хм.
You should not return to that cursed place.
Allseeds rumbled. Farhad shook his head. I must have answers, he said. I have to find Shireen. Allseeds sighed. A sound like the wind rustling through leaves.
Так. Мне опять сюда? Ага.
I'm so sorry, Shireen, Farhad muttered under his breath. It pained him that he could ever have forgotten his love. What has done this to me? He thought. 1,000 thoughts and fears vied for supremacy in Farhad's head. all coalesced into a single burning goal. Had to find Shireen.
Что-то мы туда-сюда бегаем. А, нет.
It seemed all seeds had healed the Hoopoe's wounds. The little bird darted from one perch to another with a grace that brought a smile to Farhad's lips. But it was the lukewarm smile of a troubled man. He couldn't stop thinking about the floating island skewered by light in the Revelations realm.
Прикольный саундтрек. Напомнил мне... Я, по-моему, в Гексе был такой подобной музыки. Ну, еще чуть-чуть Спайрон. Я выяснил, что охранные камни по большей части вырастают вокруг определенных деревьев, но почему? Мне неведомо. Я чувствую, что обязан защитить природу. Нельзя выпускать чуму за пределы горы. Я слышал о древнем храме неподалеку отсюда. Возможно, решение ждет меня там.
The mention of an ancient temple piqued Farhad's curiosity. Reassuring warmth flooded through Farhad's body at the memory of Shireen's delicate face.
Ой. Ну куда?
Another of those cursed arenas. Just how far had the blight spread? Farhad's resolve hardened. If he didn't act, there may be no world left to recall. As he carved, he cherished each as the bee treasures nectar and vowed to never forget her again.
Что стоишь? Иди.
The enemies are growing in might and stature, Farhad realized. The blight must be worsening. His train of thought was interrupted. A sweet scent found its way to him on the gentle breeze. It seemed to be coming from the temple ruins.
Это проклятое место ведет меня в могилу. Вчера одно из этих демонических волосатых существ, я назвал их девчами, ударил меня палкой в грудь. Боль была невыносимой, будто сердце пыталось вырваться из груди. Стекая кровью, я добрался до храма. Он был заброшен. В отчаянии я упал на землю и уже приготовился был встретиться с Всевышним. Но затем я коснулся большого каменного кольца на статуе. Вспыхнул яркий свет, и тьма отступила. Вопреки всем надеждам, я проснулся. Рана все еще болела, но почему-то я перестал истекать кровью.
Does the large stone
Ага.
described hold some power? Farhad wondered.
Опа, что за кирка такая? Можно пальцы потрогать? Погоди, а чё? Что?
The pickaxe's handle was carved from the fragrant branch of a pomegranate tree. Have I used this before? Farhad wondered. The feel of the pickaxe in his strong hand suggested the answer.
Подожди, я заблудился. А, все, все. Довольно? Бля, ну... Давай. Хуяк. If ты способность уникальная мощь атака вашего... Да, да, да. Не пойдешь никуда. Так.
Farhad sucked in deep breaths to recover his energy. But despite his exertions, he realized he was humming the broken notes of some long-forgotten song.
Угу. Угу.
The princess came here from the Armenia. It was a couple of years before Farhad built the
Эй!
Formed in Farhad's stomach. Those were royal soldiers, he thought, but they seemed mindless. Could the sickness affecting nature have spread to humans too? The notion struck Farhad with fear.
Погоди. А зачем это место здесь? Какой же он... Какой же он правитель, если не может управлять своими владениями. Я хорошо знаю, что он заставляет замолчать тех, кто его критикует, либо отправляет их в изгнание. А теперь солдаты Гарибан-Вар бесчинствуют словно безумцы, они словно нелюди. Если они стали жертвами чумы, нам грозит куда более серьезная опасность, чем я мог себе представить. Угу.
Farhad's fear settled into a crushing depression. Wherever he went, he encountered only forgotten destruction, like a battlefield long after the fighting is ended. Why is nobody trying to stop this madness? Farhad thought.
Столько дней с тех пор, как я коснулся каменного... Что это было? Я не могу представить, думать, в храме я нашел обрывки книги, которая говорила, что это кольцо знак Эвара, божественным стилом анахиты. На богине воды защитница женщин. В храмовых книгах также упоминается дерево, и плоды которого могут исцелять. Мои раны все еще болят, и я поищу это завтра. Извините. The Blight. Как перевести, интересно. Редька. Уже 4-я, по-моему. Так. Угу. Это удобно? Зовет на помощь.
Farhad recalled why the little hoopoe had been with him since he awoke. But what of the other prisoners? He wondered.
Мы даже половину не прошли. Я спас Судода, но почему я не спас других? Могла ли среди них быть и моя Ширинка? Нет, это невозможно. Я бы ни за что ее не оставил. Ой-ой. Here we go again.
All Seed's stern warning sharpened Farhad's senses as he entered the Revelations realm once more.
Интересно, а почему здесь бегали?
Interrupted his thoughts. Please, my hands. Swallowed a lump in his throat. He could feel eyes upon him. Can't take it. He was nearing the imprisoned whisper. Of Shireen were a raging torrent that swept away his fears. Amidst the pealing bells, Bistun's roars grew louder, closer. But the fortress of Oblivion beckoned. The path to his love was open, and so he ran.
Да я бегу вроде. Ух ты, ёма. Я не могу.
But the whisper, she needs my help, Farhad pleaded. Allseed scowled.
Anyone in that infernal place is already...
The great tree broke off. Time had run out.
Ебать. А що? Close encounter. Да, чувачки. Да.
Farhad awoke to darkness, as thick and foreboding as a moonless night. Am I? No. He was still in the Revelations realm, but a forgotten, shattered part of it. The memory of Bistun's terrifying appearance sent a shiver down Farhad's spine. Little wonder they named a mountain after him. I have to find all seeds. Leave here. He clenched his fists and cursed his stubbornness. I should have listened, he muttered. All seeds was right. And now, he feared he would pay the price for his obstinacy. I have failed you, my love, he whispered into the darkness.
Добра, куда идти?
Lost in his thoughts. At first, Farhad didn't notice the statues lining his path. Each depicted Farhad battling the enemies he had fought in the real world. But in every one, the foes had overcome him. What does this mean? He thought. Who sculpted statues of my demise? What cruelty is this? Farhad demanded of the lifeless statues, but they offered no answer. Farhad swallowed a lump in his throat. This one was unfamiliar.
Ну
I
здорово.
have to go, Farhad said. All seeds spread. His voice was thin, a breeze rustling through leaves.
To kill mountain must build new.
Farhad gripped Allseed's amethystine heart. Tears stung his eyes. He sacrificed himself to send me back, he realized. One last time. The stone's mighty fingers had snuffed out the candle of hope. A great weariness overcame Farhad. He needed to rest, close his eyes. And what better place than beside the statue of the woman he had failed?
A woman. I heard you.
Wake up. A commanding, unfamiliar voice said, "Wake up and follow me."
Так прошу порулеру мейкап.
Who said that? Farhad wondered. And why has the hoopoe taken Allseed's heart?
Птичка, ты где?
It is good to finally speak to you, Farhad, the Hoopoe said. I am the goddess Anahita. Anahita explained that she had been under a spell of silence cast by Bistun. She could speak again with the aid of the magic hidden inside all seeds for so long. The magic contained within his amethystine heart. Of course, Farhad had many questions. I will explain later, Anahita said. She told Farhad to follow her trail once again. Build an anvil, Anahita instructed. Trust me.
Как я это сделал? А, извините.
Now he could change his weapon at will. Come, time is short, Anahita said. We will talk on the way.
Прикольно. А зачем мне... Ну ладно, мне, наверное, еще какое-нибудь дадут оружие.
Where are you taking me? Farhad asked. The goddess explained what she knew. Allseed's heart was the key to the Revelations realm, to the fortress of Oblivion. But without the tree itself, the heart's magic had waned. My temple bears a holy sign, Anahita said. It may be able to restore the heart's magical power.
Боль то нарастает, то стихает, но никогда не покидает меня. Вчера я показал свою рану целительнице и рассказала ей о необычном дереве, которое ищу. В каждой легенде есть доля истины, сказала она, и вручила мне большую старую книгу, которая называлась «Книга королей». В ней говорилось о самом грандиозном мистическом дереве, существовавшем в мировом столпе посреди Каспийского моря. Похоже, поиски ведут меня на север Персии. A little girl, short black hair, just 7 years old, last month.
An old friend of mine lives in its branches. Of? Farhad asked. And why are you helping me? Anahita ruffled her feathers. I'm a guardian, the protector of women. I'm helping you to atone for my past mistakes. With that, she fell silent and would not explain further.
Mm-hmm. Не, у меня же другое оружие было.
A thought suddenly occurred to Farhad. He asked Anahita if she too had heard the whisper in the Revelations realm. You're not insane, if that's what you're asking, she said. Why were you in the Dark Realm? Farhad asked Anahita. I sought the source of the whispers, she replied. Once, there were many, but they all faded away. All save one. The Div captured me before I could enter the fortress, Anahita said. I became trapped as a hoopoe, unable to speak. In my way, and different ones, Farhad thought. If only I had Anahita's wings. Farhad asked Anahita what she meant by atoning for past mistakes. The goddess sighed. I was tasked with giving the holy sign to the just ruler. I gave it to the wrong person. Chaos spread through Persia. I was cast out.
Да, я видел. Ну, конечно. Я не могу найти ни исцеляющее дерево, ни мировой столб. Куда бы я ни пошел, надо мной всюду насмехаются. Все считают, что это просто вымысел. Большинство просто смеются. Смеются, кто-то кидает мне камни. Будто какой-то гнусный бродяга. Они ничем не лучше бросающих камнями велгардов. Ну что ж, пусть смеются и потешаются. Я тебе всегда будет завидовать деятельным людям, верить, что боюсь того, как отреагируют другие, если увидят.
So he called the rock-throwing creatures Velgard, Farhad muttered. Anahita squawked. Yes, irksome cowards.
Налево и направо. Лево.
Did you tell her how you feel? Anahita said. No, but I... Farhad stuttered and felt his cheeks burn. Anahita's sigh spoke 100.
Ай.
Many would not even try.
Что открылось?
I'm sorry that you were cast out, Anahita, Farhad said. You have nothing to be sorry about, the goddess replied. But I appreciate the sentiment. I was defenseless. I had nothing until All Seeds gave me a branch and I built a weapon. The pickaxe, Farhad surmised. It is yours.
Сейчас, это моя.
No, it is yours.
Да. Ага.
I don't think I have thanked you for your help, Farhad said, shame burning his cheeks. When All Seeds died, I lost all hope. I thought my journey was over. Anahita cocked her head and stared at Farhad. We have been through much, the goddess said. But I fear many trials still lie ahead.
Нихуя, это кто?
What was that giant creature? Farhad said. A guardian Div, Anahita replied. Come, we must be close to my temple now. Farhad gazed upon the sigil with wonder and fear. Is that the holy sign? Yes and no, Anahita said. I built this one of many. It is based on the design that Ormazd gave me. Ormazd was not a name Farhad was familiar with. Ahura Mazda, the Lord of Wisdom, Anahita clarified. Suddenly, Anahita spoke with great fervor. Now my temple is safe. We can use this to finish what we started. Farhad refused to acknowledge what he had seen. He thought he must be mistaken. It appeared that he had already been to the Fortress of Oblivion, but he had emerged alone. How could I have left Shirin to her suffering? He thought. Guilt took hold. Wisdom to rival her beauty, Anahita said. She knows to seek help from a higher power. A life is a daunting prospect, the goddess continued, if one does not share one's troubles with others. Farhad furrowed his brow. Should we not have gone to the Revelations realm? He asked. Yes, Anahita replied. But the holy sign revealed something unexpected. Allseed's heart was a memory stone. It holds a memory like a sponge holds water, Anahita explained. Like the ones you have excavated in Mount Bistun. But the engraving on Allseed's heart was incomplete. They needed to find the last temple to fully restore the memory.
Sorry. Path of Oblivion.
What do you know about these memory stones? Farhad asked. Better I show you, Anahita said. With great trepidation, Farhad took his pickaxe to Mount Bistun once again.
Я был в крепости забвения. Но как, а почему я покинул ее один? Я знаю, что найду ответы в этом дьявольском месте.
And then the goddess spoke a word beyond Farhad's understanding.
Так, ну ты же все разрушил.
Returning to the Revelations realm brought a lump to Farhad's throat. Dread shuddered down his spine. We shouldn't be here, he said. The Div, Bistun, it will... It cannot hurt us, Anahita interrupted. Trust me. Pounded against the red mist, but could not force its way through. Anahita animated. I have found the key to the memory stone, she said. She told Farhad that a single word was engraved on it, only visible in the Revelation realm's strange light. Oblivion. What does that mean? Farhad asked. It is the key to all seeds' heart, the goddess said. It is where our friend rests.
Yeah, bud.
Anahita's voice was quiet and strained. Yes, this is the memory of my imprisonment. The engraving featured 3 people. On the right was Anahita in human form. On the left, Farhad's love, Shirin. But who's the man in the middle? Farhad asked. Anahita sighed. My greatest mistake. Farhad staggered as the earth growled and shuddered beneath his feet. The beast, caged for now, was banging on the bars with blows so mighty they crossed realms. We have Bistun's attention, Anahita said. You must confront it. I'm not ready, Farhad said. How can I defeat such a creature? Anahita spread a wing. Look around. Look at what you've created. How far you've come. There is greater strength inside you than you care to acknowledge. Fear is inevitable, but you must not let it control you. If you do, then you have already lost. Follow me, Anahita continued. I owe you answers. He is my great mistake, Anahita said. I chose him, and I chose poorly. How does this help me defeat Bistun? Farhad asked. Anahita sighed. You still have much to learn, human. Patience, for one. Everything has a weakness, the goddess said. Humans, Div, even gods. But before Anahita could say what Bistun's weakness was, she told Farhad they first had to address his.
Yeah. Так. Ага.
Guardian Div, the usurpers of my...
А, нет, нихуя.
Anahita trailed off.
Нихуя.
Someone is nearby. Farhad blinked. His jaw dropped. He couldn't believe who stood before him. She was more graceful than a swan, more beautiful than a moonlit lake. Farhad knew he should have felt only relief at seeing Shirin safe. But to his great shame, his happiness was tinged with chagrin. He had dreamed of saving her from imprisonment, yet here she stood. How did you escape? Farhad eventually said, his voice trembling. Escape, Shirin said, with furrowed brow. Why would I need to escape my castle? I have been there since you built the milk canal. But, you whispered to me, Farhad began. You are not well, Farhad, Shirin said. I have come to plead with you to stop this madness. But Shirin, my love, I do all this for you. Shirin cast down her eyes. I am sorry if I have misled, but you must know, I do not love you. With those words, the bottom dropped out of Farhad's world. But he had no time to brood.
Ой-ой. Это куда? Ну, понятно.
Anahita said, she is in grave danger. Forget her harsh words. Prove that you
Я
are
могу здесь
worthy of her
кувыркаться.
affection. Farhad was frightened, his mind racing. He knew what had to be done.
Мне нужно, чтобы он сюда ударил. Что делать? Я не очень понимаю, если честно. Я не вернулся. А, ну чтобы просто уворачиваться, теперь пиздить меня вот тут.
With excitement, but then her small eyes brimming with sorrow. Anahita caught Farhad's despairing stare. Save her, the goddess said. Do not make a mistake as grave as mine.
Вперед! Нихуя. На.
Anahita fought hard, but could not withstand the Diev's might. Farhad wept, for he had lost another friend to Bistun. Despite Shirin's cruel rebuff, Farhad longed to help her, but he could make no sense of her injuries. He gripped Allseed's amethystine heart as the drowning man clutches the rope. I failed you, he whispered to the stars. Please, show me what to do. And then, a memory floated to the surface. A single word. Oblivion.
Угу. Опа. О.
Don't give up, Farhad pleaded. Stay with me. Farhad cradled her in his arms, as if she were made of porcelain, and he saw something wonderful. The slight rise and fall of her chest.
Сундук.
I will take you home, princess, Farhad whispered. The rain ran down his craggy face in rivulets, masking his tears. Perhaps you do not love me, he said, sobbing. But I fought a mountain for you. And I put trusting friends in harm's way. And selfish as it may be, I would do it all again. As Farhad walked, Shirin started murmuring. Farhad leaned close. She whispered but a single word.
Какое?
Khosrow.
Хасров?
Suddenly, it all made sense to Farhad. The stone carving. The two were the perfect couple. The king of Persia and the princess of Armenia.
Армении?
The lowly sculpture questioned such a union. Suddenly, Farhad
Там крабик
ground his
снизу.
teeth as a great fury washed over him. Not at Shirin, or even Khosrow, but at himself. What was I thinking? How could a princess love someone like me? But it doesn't do to wallow in self-loathing, and other questions wormed their way through Farhad's anger. If not Shirin, then who does the whisper belong to? How could he defeat Bistun and enter the fortress of Oblivion? Why even try now? Farhad was ashamed by his selfish musings. What happened to Anahita? He thought. Does she need my help? Lost in his wretched thoughts, Farhad nearly failed to notice something alarming. Shirin's dainty feet were turning gray. I can't feel my legs, Shirin mumbled. Shh, be at peace, Farhad reassured her. You will be all right, as Anahita was. Shirin furrowed her brow. Anahita? Farhad swallowed and drew in a deep breath. She is your guardian. She risked everything to help me. He trailed off with a hoarse croak. I should check the rift is still sealed, Farhad thought, recalling the memory stone.
А, это ты про чёрск говоришь?
What does the statue hold? Farhad wondered. Greetings, Farhad.
Фархад.
My sources tell me you are a man of your word. Perhaps I should be impressed, but reports of your engravings give me
Khosrow,
cause to question your sanity. Something about Khosrow's tone set Farhad on edge. When the riders came, he decided to be absent. My lady, Farhad began, forgive me. I could sit here by your side for 100 years, and the gentle rise and fall of your chest alone would sustain me. Farhad swallowed a sob. But I cannot stay. Anahita, the one I mentioned. I must find her, but do not be afraid. The king's men approach like thunder. You will be safe with them. Safer than you ever will be with me. And with that, he gently kissed his love on the forehead and resigned himself to never seeing her again.
1 second, please. Ща. Next. М, Ну, все же работает, да, вроде? Вроде, да, окей.
Princess Shirin traveled here alone. Farhad tried to reassure himself. Harm will not befall her. The choice was a difficult one. But Farhad could not abandon his friend. After all, both he and Shirin owed Anahita their lives. And while a broken heart may ache for years, death happens but once. Perhaps Anahita's last temple would suggest her whereabouts.
Не понял. Не понял. Понял.
But doubt reared its ugly. Khosrow's letter was condescending, haughty, oppressive. Shirin would no doubt be safe with the king, but at what cost?
Потому что нашел лекарство, но я ошибся. Вчера я ел гранаты с мирового стола, со столпа, но никак не мог насытиться. Мне подались и кислые, сладкие плоды, но чем больше я, тем голоднее становится. Затем внезапно моя боль исчезла, но надежда была ложной. Моя старая рана начала светиться все ярче и ярче, из груди вырвался свет. Я больше... боль все росла и росла, мне нужно было вырезать аметистовый камень. Я потерял сознание от невыносимой боли, но свет все еще танцевал в моих глазах.
Farhad's fingers brushed Allseed's heart. So that is
Так, все подошли сюда, блядь.
as Farhad stared her feet. Her skin.
О, нет.
Khosrow's letter had alluded to something else. An agreement between Farhad and the king. Why does he want passage through Mount Bistun? Farhad wondered. And what wish does he speak of? Could it be Shirin? The thought angered Farhad. The princess was not a prize to be awarded.
Да, I'm here.
Farhad feared the worst. The Deve was mighty and terrifying. And if Anahita had overcome it, why hadn't she returned?
Ну чё? Меня убили. Закидали уёбки гранатами сразу. Бля, игра крашнула. Братаемся. Ну, в принципе, я сейчас заканчиваю, уже буду еще минут 30, может, поиграю. Хотя времени немного. Но что-нибудь другое пойду.
I made a grave mistake. The kind that cannot be fixed. It all began.
А чё? Я не скипал. Блин, отключил скримпад.
Farhad
Ah.
feared the worst. The Deve was mighty and terrifying. And if Anahita had overcome it, why hadn't she returned? Khosrow was not the solution to Farhad's problems. Bistun caused the blight, and no Deve would bow to a king, no matter how powerful.
Что есть?
within Farhad, but resolve overcame both. This time, he knew what had to be done.
Да. Nature Savior.
Visit a strange place often enough, and it soon loses its mystique. But this was the memory.
Давай запиздимся уже с тобой, гнида.
A story Farhad needed to know. What is this for? Farhad wondered. What is this for? Farhad wondered. Talisman stone shattered. Molten iron flowed. Hot and angry, Farhad scoured his memories for all Seed's last words. To kill a mountain, build something new. The mountain was clear. Build what? Why would all Seeds have a memory of a smithy? Farhad thought. After all, fire and trees do not usually well mix.
Так. Я смиренно стою в мире забытых воспоминаний. Пожалуйста, укажи мне путь, направь мои усталые ноги, чтобы я смог покарать гору Бистун. Корида, извините.
The sledgehammer was huge and heavy, but Farhad carried it with ease. As he rounded the corner,
I'm coming for ya.
a gasp escaped Farhad's lips. Shattered remnants of his friend hung suspended in the air, unmoving, cold, lifeless. Do not ask for whom the bell tolls, thief! Farhad shouted into the darkness. It tolls for thee!
Я же сказал, я буду неуязвим.
The bell's mighty peal rent the air, sending Bistun crashing to the floor. This is for my friends, Farhad cried.
Меня убили? Я двигаться не мог почему-то. А мне сказали, что я буду неуязвим. Ну, меня наебали.
Do not ask for whom the bell tolls, Steve, Farhad shouted into the darkness. It tolls for thee.
Да блин. Зачем можно скипнуть? Нет. Ты чё, падла?
The bell's mighty peal rent the air, sending Bistun crashing to the floor. This is for my friends, Farhad cried.
Не больно. Да что это за хуета, блядь? Я же уворачиваюсь, блядь, ну опять.
Do not ask for whom the bell tolls, Steve. Farhad shouted into the darkness. It tolls for thee.
Так, мымор, блядь.
The bell's mighty peal rent the air, sending Bistun crashing to the floor.
Охуенно бьешь.
This is for my friends.
Farhad cried.
Ты чё, охуел? Ну, я так понял, что это финал. В принципе, игра мне понравилась.